You're going to want to stick around to the end of this video to see this massive shadow box that Nick made for a customer recently. Now, unlike most of his shadow boxes, he did not make the actual case. I believe the customer had this made at a cabinet shop, and then they brought it over to Nick and asked him to put glass in it and then place all the uniforms and everything they wanted inside the shadow box. It was a massive project that took a lot of meticulous planning and collaboration between our business, the customer, and Clear Vision, a small business in Wilmington, North Carolina, where we source all of our glass from. You know it, we always do our best to support local small businesses. So if you haven't figured out already, the Marine the shadow box is for is a MARSOC operator, and upon first glance, I thought he had served in the Army and the Marine Corps due to the camouflage utilities displayed here. However, I learned that MARSOC operators use all of these different uniforms for their various missions. I learn something new every day. Okay, so let's backtrack. MARSOC stands for Marine Forces Special Operations Command, and it's headquartered right here where we live at Camp Lejeune. There were some units like the 1st Marine Raider Battalion that were previously located at Camp Pendleton. However, in 2020, the Marine Corps announced a plan to consolidate MARSOC, moving personnel and equipment from Camp Pendleton to over here on the East Coast. I happen to live on a street with a bunch of MARSOC guys, and it's so crazy to me that they have never been stationed anywhere else and haven't moved around like most military families have, because this is literally the only place where their job exists in the Marine Corps. So this is the Marine Corps contribution to SOCOM, which originated from Marine Force Recon, which has been replaced by MARSOC, of course. It's been around since 2006, so in the grand scheme of things, it's still a fairly new part of the Marine Corps. I've done an entire video about MARSOC in the past. I'm gonna have to find it if you guys want to see it. If you're interested in an opportunity to try out and become an operator, the MARSOC recruiting team is always on the road, traveling to various bases to find potential new members for their elite team. You can also Google the MAR admins.